Hi, my name is Kaity Cunnington, and I'm a college student. I've been diving into the world of Greek life, uncovering the traditions, the pressure, and the realities behind a system that has shaped college culture for generations. We view the world by the media we consume, leaving a lasting impact in leading how we see the world. Here's an example. Think about a sorority or fraternity. What image comes to your mind? Most likely, a crowded house party full of underage, drunk college students asking, "Who do you know here?" How can you blame them, though? Consider movies and TV shows and how they portray Greek life.
Drink, motherfucker! Drink, motherfucker!
You aren't alone in that. In fact, nearly every college student we interviewed asking about their opinions on Greek life had pretty much the same thing to say.
Drug use,
Paying a lot of money.
preppy.
I don't know if it's a stereotype, but like from the people I do know who are in like Greek life, like a lot of guys who are in frats are like DL, like, you know.
Kind of dumb people, but also like not really. I don't know, it's based on movies most of the time, but like, you know. No shade, but like you're low-key paying money to get some friends.
But these are just stereotypes, right? They couldn't possibly be true. Well, that's what we're here to find out. So how did Greek life start? In 1976, at College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia, Phi Beta Kappa was founded at the very first fraternity, a secret society focused on intellectual debate, literature, and social interaction, acting more of a secret book club rather than the drinking and partying we think of today. Post-World War II changes in college demographics, along with the transformation of fraternities and sororities from 19th century literary societies into primarily social organizations, helped normalize binge drinking, especially in residential, largely unsupervised Greek housing. The Greek effect, peer pressure, and the adoption of work hard, play hard mentalities have further solidified drinking as a central bonding rite of passage. It's not just Hollywood that spotlights Greek life. At major universities like the University of Alabama, a viral trend known as Bama Rush has taken off on TikTok. During recruitment season, young women document their journeys through the sorority rush process, sharing daily vlogs that offer an inside look at the experience, turning a once private tradition into a widely followed cultural phenomenon. But after many efforts, we finally found a few folks who talked to us. And they showed us a side of Greek life very different from what many assume. Here at SF State, it's a little different. DKA society values one's character and ethics over one's social status. Recruitment is determined by two major driving factors: respect for the community values and a passion for film in any aspect. DKA has a strict no hazing rule. Although the pledge process does require commitment, they promise no hazing of any kind. We talked to members of the Epsilon chapter at SF State to hear about their experience in the society.
We do a monthly film, and then it's a good opportunity to experiment with trying new roles for the first time with the monthly films, and then we do a larger all DKA, which is a full semester film.
And also it's just like a good way to find like a group of people who are interested in the same things that you are.
I think in general, Greek life gets a bad rep, and I think it's fair in certain cases. Like, there's definitely extremes with, like, in the South and in, like, Arizona, schools where it's huge. I think here it's not as, like, Greek life based. They're more so clubs. We don't even have, like, houses.
Especially here, we have a no hazing policy, so we don't do anything like that.
There's no hazing involved, but I know for sure the other frat sororities, they haze with the capital H.
I know that there was a case where they would like dig up dead bodies and then they would like had to feed like the rushies like guts like from the dead bodies, just, like crazy stuff like that.
One of the frats, I don't know which one, they have to pay for a service from a prostitute, and they have to film themselves doing this. I've also heard there's a rumor that they have to engage with a goat is a big rumor at that school.
Now those are just rumors, of course, but there have been well-established cases of hazing going terribly wrong. Fraternities are often seen as places of brotherhood, trust, and lifelong friendship, but that image doesn't always tell the full story. In 2019, a devastating hazing incident shocked the nation and was later highlighted on 60 Minutes. At Washington State University, Sam Martinez died after being subjected to hazing, exposing the hidden risk behind the promise of fraternity life.
We told him that we loved him, and he said, "I love you too." And that was the last time that we got to talk to him.
The last time they spoke with him was around 5 p.m. on November 11th, 2019. Moments like these raise broader questions about what really happens within fraternity life. This next clip offers another perspective: body camera footage from a hazing incident at the University of Iowa. The incident occurred in 2024, with body cam footage coming out in 2026.
Pledges, young men in the process of joining a fraternity, some covered in ketchup and alcohol, some blindfolded. Officers say they found 56 pledges in 2 dark rooms during a sweep of the house.
We talked to members of the Epsilon chapter at SF State to hear about their experience in the society.
Greek life in San Francisco, I feel like, is different than Greek life other places, because in San Francisco, Greek houses aren't allowed, so we don't have one, and we're also more of a society slash like specialized frat rather than a social frat. But I personally like it a lot.
Another important aspect of Greek life that often gets misunderstood is the cost.
One misconception, that it's free. It's not free. These frats, these sororities are not free.
I want to be cheaper because I don't like paying money.
I would change the funding system so that it would be less expensive and it would be more welcoming to people. I'll be transparent. I am behind on dues at the moment, so, it's a sour spot right now.
Probably not having to pay, or at least as much. I understand why, especially because the amount of money that we do pay goes back into our fraternity.
Fraternities and sororities often have a mixed reputation, but they also offer many positive experiences. For many students, they create a strong sense of community and belonging during college. Members build close friendships, develop leadership skills, and take part in campus events and service projects. These organizations can also provide networking and mentorship opportunities that last beyond graduation. At their best, they focus on connection, growth, and giving back to the community.
I think it has a positive impact, at least at our school that's smaller like this, and it's not so... here it's like you can go home and it's separate, but I think in the places where it's like this is your house, this is every single day, it becomes, very extreme.
I feel like it does have a good positive impact, at least at San Francisco State, especially in the cinema community, because I feel like it's a good place to congregate and have a lot more new experiences. I feel like it helped me step out of my comfort zone a little bit because I had to talk to a lot of new people, and our frat is a co-ed frat, so that's pretty awesome.
Like Josiah said, we wouldn't have met if it weren't for us rushing at the same time.
I got to meet people like Margaret, first off, and just other like-minded people, great people who I consider my best friends.
Well, I feel like our fraternity does a lot of things right, and I do think that we do that, especially because we'll have little study groups, and a lot of people I have classes with in my fraternity, so it's if I need to contact them, I know where to contact them because I know them already.
And I've made a lot of real connections and real friends that I'll have for the rest of my life. And a lot of connections for career as well outside of school.
My original expectations, I'm not sure what they were, but it definitely exceeded it in the point where I really enjoy myself in our fraternity. I think that the future of Greek life looks a lot more like our fraternity, where it's all-inclusive, anyone can join, less hazing, stuff like that, just good vibes.
Greek life is often seen through a single lens, shaped by stereotypes, media, and viral moments. But as we've seen, the reality is far more complex. From tradition and community to pressure, costs, and even more serious risks, it exists in many different forms, depending on where you look. For some students, it's a place of belonging and growth. For others, it raises difficult questions about culture and accountability. Ultimately, understanding Greek life means looking beyond the surface and recognizing that the truth is never just one story.